All right, so welcome to our P3 Maths class on Saturday with me, Teacher Jay. So for today, we will be covering word problems involving addition and subtraction. So I believe most of you should be able to do this, but as rule number 1 says, we have to be patient and understanding. Okay, so I'm going to go through question by question. But before that, I want to do a topic recap with you last week. Last week in my lesson, we only went through addition and subtraction. We didn't have enough time to go through more than and less than. So now I'm going to do a short recap with you guys, okay? Hopefully you guys can understand. So let's take a look at the following. We are going to write the following into an equation. Now, it is important to know which number should you put in the first box and which number should you put in the second box, even though in this case, either way will give you the same answer, okay? Because the next example is very, very important. So let's take a look over here. 500 more than 1,200 is blank. A lot of you are giving me the final answer, but the question is asking you to write it into an equation, meaning to say, which number should I put in front over here? Should I put 500 here or 1,200 here? What do you guys think? It should be 1,200. You guys are correct because 500 more than 1,200 means 1,200 is the base and we need to add 500 more. 500 more means we need to plus 500. You guys are correct. So in this case, 1,200 would be over here. More than, we will say plus, and then we're going to plus how many? 500 more means we need to plus 500. And then you have your equal sign. So all of you can give me the final answer. It would be 1,700. Any questions so far? No question, right? So everybody can follow now. Let's take a look at the next example, okay? Let's take a look at the next example. We are going to write the following into an equation. We have something less than 2,000 is 1,200. So a lot of you are giving me the answer, but I need you to help me to put it into an equation. So can you tell me what number should go inside here? Should it be 2,000? Should it be blank? Or should it be 1,200? What do you guys think? If I want you to interpret this as an equation, what does this mean? Less than means we need to minus, isn't it? Now remember, the second number over here is the base. So what less than 2,000 is 1,200, meaning to say 2,000 should go inside the first box. 2,000, okay? Less than means we need to minus. But what less than 2,000? So this is your question mark, isn't it? All right, so 2,000 must minus something to give you is just refers to the equal sign to give you 1,200. So in this case, this is how we are going to interpret this sentence into an equation. All right, then from here, you're going to tell me whether do you need to do subtraction to find the missing number or do you need to do addition to find the missing number? What do you guys think? Then this is back to where we have the whole part already, right? Remember in subtraction, we always have the whole, which is the big number, minus the small number to give you a small number. So whole minus a part will give you the other part. So in order for you to find the value of one part, you need to do subtraction. Okay, which is equals to 800. So then you have to double check. Does it make sense to you if I say 800 less than 2,000 is equals to 1,200? Does it make sense? If it makes sense, chances are your answer is correct. Okay? All right. So let's do a couple of recap questions. And then you have to identify whether we are supposed to add the numbers together or subtract the numbers together. Okay, so let's take a look at recap question number 1. Choose the correct equation that best represents the following. If I say 150 more than 2,580, what should you do? Should you do addition or should you do subtraction? You only have 2 options, so please do not click on option 3 and 4, okay? 30 seconds starts now. Let's go. Okay, and time is up. A majority of you got the correct answer. Excellent job. Well done, guys. Okay, so again, when we want to write this, remember the second, this is the base. So it should be 2,580 more than, right? 150 more than 2,580. So it's 2,580 plus 150. So the answer would be option number one. All right, option number one. So let's try the next one. Read the question carefully. Tell me which of the following best represents the sentence. You have 30 seconds starting now. You have about 10 more seconds, 10 more seconds. Well done to those of you who got it correct. Okay. Aiden, like I said, based on the slide alone, you have only option 1 and 2. So please do not click on option 3 and 4. The system itself, by default, you have 4 options, okay? And majority of you got the correct answer. So well done, guys. So again, 700 is the base, and we are talking about 120 less than 700. So we need to minus 125 from 700. So the answer would be option number 2. Excellent job. Okay, so now this one, the next question over here, you also have 30 seconds, but I need to rephrase this one, okay? I realize this sentence over here is slightly incorrect. It says to choose the correct equation that best represents the following, but I actually want you to tell me, what do you do to solve for this missing number? Do you add these two numbers together, or do you subtract these two numbers together? Okay, all right. How do you find this missing number? You have 30 seconds. Let's go. Time is up. Okay, so I do have a handful of you giving option number 1. You say addition. So like I mentioned, it is very important for you to identify where should you put all these numbers. So let me write it down in terms of an equation for you, okay? What more than 400 would mean? 400 plus something is equals to 1,600. So in order for you to find this missing number, you need to do subtraction. Okay, so you need to take 1,600 minus 400. So the answer would be option number 2. Again, the question should be phrased such that which of the following should you do to find the missing number? Yes, you are correct. This is what we call indirect more than or indirect addition. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's take a look at the next one. So please read the question carefully. Choose the correct equation to help you find this missing number. Something less than 2,000 is 550. In order for you to find this number, do you need to do addition? Do you need to do subtraction? 30 seconds starting now. Let's take a look. Okay, why is it not option number 1? Less than, you know that this is indirect, but does less than indirect automatically means you need to do addition? No, it's the same as how we're going to interpret the equation last week, right? Like how we do the indirect subtraction. Sometimes you need to do addition, sometimes you need to do subtraction. So let's take a look over here. How much less than 2,000? Meaning to say that this one is the base. Let's start with the base. Less than something minus something, okay, is equals to 550. All right, 2,000 minus something is equals to 550. So in order for you to find the missing number, again, last week I've already mentioned, if you have this indirect subtraction, you need to find the missing number. This is the whole. This is the part and part. In order for you to find one part, you need to take the whole minus away the other part. Then you will have your number. So the answer would be option number 2. So this one is the one that's a little bit tricky when it comes to indirect less than and indirect subtraction. Okay, so I hope you guys are a little bit clearer. That's why it is important for you guys to understand how you're going to write these into an equation form. All right, so let's try one more. Okay, let's try one more. Shall I help you just a little bit? So this one we have 1,525 less than something is 3,200. So let me help you guys again. So in this case, if I want to write it into an equation, This is my base. So this is the start. 1,525 less than means I need to minus 1,525. Then I will get 3,200. So you are to find this one. In order for you to find this missing number, do you need to do addition or subtraction? 30 seconds, start now. Time is up. A lot of you chose the correct option. You should be choosing option number 1 again, because this is whole minus 1 part to give you 1 part. So in order for you to find the whole, right, your part whole, you need to add the two numbers together. Okay, then you will have your final answer. So I hope you guys can see the difference between this question and this question. So it is very, 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 very important that you guys know how to interpret this into an equation so that you know when you need to do addition or subtraction. Okay, so again, for example, for those of you who choose option number 1 for this question, 2,000 plus 550 is equals to 2,550. Then you have to put the number back in. 2,550 less than 2,000. Does it make sense to you? Can I take 2,000 minus 2,550? Can you take a smaller number minus a bigger number? You cannot. So chances are this will not be the correct answer. Okay, so always double check. Okay, guys. All right. Any questions so far? No question. Then we are going to go on to our word problems today. And I hope that it's not too difficult. Okay, so let's take a look at word problems involving addition and or subtraction. So in word problems involving addition and or subtraction, we need to read the question carefully to determine which operation to use. Operation just means whether you need to do plus or minus. So let's try the following example. Melissa baked 2,400 cookies. Lisa baked 1,250 cookies. How many cookies did they bake all together? What should you do? Addition or subtraction? Come on, this should be easy for you guys. Addition or subtraction? What's the keyword here that helps you to identify whether you need to do addition or subtraction? Just to make sure all of you know. What's the keyword here? All together. Thank you very much. All together would be the keyword because you want to add everything together. You want to add Melissa and Lisa together. So you need to do 2,000. So I'm going to write total number of cookies. So we need to add them together. 2,400 plus 1,250. This one, I believe all of you can do mental calculation. What should the final answer be? 3,650. You guys are correct. Excellent job. Okay, so let's take a look at one more example before I give you your bubble question. During a sale, 5,230 toys were sold on Sunday, 2,340 toys were sold on Monday. How many toys were sold over the 2 days? So what do you guys need to do? Addition or subtraction? Addition, because we want to find the total number of toys sold, right? That means we need to take Saturday plus Sunday. So we're going to take 5,230 plus 2,340. So can you guys give me the answer? So this one also mental calculation. Don't really need to do your work. You can take 5 plus 2, 2 plus 3, 3 plus 4, and 0 plus 0. There's no renaming involved. 7,570. Excellent job, guys. Well done, well done. Okay, so you guys got it correct. Well done. All right, so are you ready for your bubble question? Bubble question number 1. Yes, coming right up. Here we go. On Saturday, 2,490 people went to a fun fair. On Sunday, 3,850 people went to the fun fair. How many people went to the fun fair over the 2 days? You have 1 minute and your time starts. Can I launch already? 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay. Now, the questions is going to get tougher later, okay? But let's start with some easy one, okay? Let's start with some easy one to get you guys into the momentum of doing your word problems. All right, so let's take a look over here. We need to do addition. A lot of you already tell me we need to do addition. So this one, no problem. All of you know and can identify that we need to do addition. So this one is actually testing you on your addition, right? Are you able to do your column addition properly? Are you able to do your renaming and so on? Okay, so we want to find the total number of people. So we're going to take the number of people who visited on Saturday, which is 2,490 plus 3,852. So when you add them together, your final answer will be 6,342. Anybody needs me to do the column addition? Or can all of you follow? For those of you who did not choose option number 4, do you know where you went wrong? Was it a careless mistake? Use mental calculation. For those of you who use mental calculation, well done. Okay, all right, no, nobody needs me to go through the column addition. Okay, for those of you who are not very sure, you can stay back after class, okay, and then I'll go through with you if you still need a little bit help on that. But let's move on first. Okay, let's go on to question number 2. Jennifer baked 8,965 cupcakes. She sold some of them and had 235 cupcakes left. So can you tell me how many cupcakes did she sell? What do you need to do then? Do you need to do addition? Do you need to do subtraction? Alderson, what do you do? Minus. How should I say is minus? What's the keyword here? What's the keyword here? How do you know that it is minus? Yes, because she sold. So it means she gave away, right? Gave away for some money, right? Take away, no more already. So she sold and you want to find how many did she sell? So you can find the number of cupcakes sold. So you need to take the total number of cupcakes at first, minus away how many she had left in order for you to find how many she sold. So all of you can give me the correct answer. Well done, well done. We have 8,730. Okay, so for this one also, mental calculation should be able to give you the answer. You don't really need to do your column subtraction, but you can always do that to double check. Okay. This is not a bubble question coming right up. Let's take a look at bubble question number 2. Rena had 1,820 cupcakes at her bakery. After selling some cupcakes, she had 1,450 cupcakes left. How many cupcakes did she sell? It's almost exactly the same, isn't it? We just changed the number. So you guys should be able to do it. Make sure you do your calculations correctly. And 1 minute starts now. Let's go. And majority of you got the correct answer. Excellent job. A handful of you gave me option number 2. If you gave me option number 2, you never do your, I'm assuming that you did mental calculation, right? You did mental calculation means you forgot to rename. So we want to find the number of cupcakes sold. Okay, so we need to take the number of cupcakes she baked at first, minus away the number of cupcakes she had left. Then, because 2 cannot minus 5, you need to do your renaming or your regrouping or your borrowing, whichever term you guys use, okay? So in the end, you should have 370 and not 470. So make sure you do your subtraction correctly, all right? Moving on, question number 3. A restaurant bought some eggs for a huge party. They used 1,200 eggs to make some cakes, 805 eggs to make some pizza. Given that they had 200 eggs left, how many eggs did they buy at first? This is a 2-step word problem. Do you guys know how to do? For those of you who are able to do addition of the 3 numbers, go ahead. For those of you who find it a little bit difficult, don't worry, we are going to split up into 2 steps, okay? So the first thing we need to identify that is, hey, they used 1,200 eggs to make some cakes and 805 eggs to make some pizza. So we can find the number of eggs used. Okay, we can find the number of x used. You're going to take 1,200 plus 805. Can anybody tell me the answer over here? What's 1,200 plus 805? It's 2005. You guys are correct. It's 2005. Okay, but the question is asking for the number of x at first. All right. So total number of x bought at first, at the very beginning. That means they use this amount. We have to add how many that they have left. So 2005 plus 200 will give you 2,205. For those of you who say, who take 200 plus 805, and then you plus the 1,200, the step is correct, but you have to make sure if you were to write your partial sentence, you should write it correctly as well, okay? All right, so in this case, it's easier to split with the number of eggs used and then the total number of eggs bought, which is the used plus the left. Okay, well done to those who got it correct. Are you ready for your bubble question? There were 5,441 books in the library. The community donated 390 fiction books and 150 non-fiction books to the library. How many books are there in the library now? 1 minute, 30 seconds. Let's go. I see a lot of answers coming in already. So I'm going to launch the options for those of you who can key in the answer. Do key in the answer. For those of you who still need a little bit of time, you have more than enough time to do so. Just make sure you do your calculation correctly, okay? Time is up. Well done. Good job. All right, so let's take a look over here. All of you can tell me is we need to do addition. Okay, but I'm going to split into two sentences over here, okay? So that I can write my partial statement over here. So the first one is, I know that the community is going to donate 390 fiction books and 150 non-fiction books. So I can write it as number of books donated. So I'm going to add these two numbers together. I'm going to add the fiction plus the non-fiction. Okay, so it's 390 plus 150. Can anybody tell me what's the answer? What is 390 plus 150? 390 plus 150. 540. Thank you very much. 540. And then because you want to find how many books are there in the library, now we're going to add it to the original number, right? So we want to find the total number of books. So originally it had 5,401 plus the 540 that's being donated, and I see all the answers coming in already. You do have 5,981. Excellent job, guys. Well done. So the answer would be option number 3. Okay, good job. All right, so let's take a look at question number 4. You guys are doing so well, you know. I think we can reach the challenge question today. All right. Okay, there were 2,500 pupils in a school. 678 of them went for the National Day rehearsal and the rest remained in school. Given that 789 of the pupils who remained in school were boys, how many girls remained in school? Sounds complicated, doesn't it? Sounds a little bit complicated. So this is a two-step word problem, so let's do it together. Well done. Oh, this is an excellent job. Okay, let's do it together. Okay, what's the first step? What's the first step? Suchan, excellent job. You want to add them together? Well, we can add them and then we can do subtraction, or based on the statement itself, I'm going to do statement by statement, okay? So if there were 2,500 pupils in school, 678 of them went for the National Day. The rest remained in school. So I'm going to do a different method because I want to show you that you can have addition and addition. In this case, we're going to do subtraction and subtraction, okay? So I want to find the number of students who remain in school. So if I want to find the number of students who remain in school, what do I need to do? Like I said, this is the method that I'm going to teach you guys because the previous one is addition and addition. So this one I want to teach you guys subtraction and subtraction. For those of you who give me addition then subtraction, you are not wrong as long as your final answer is correct. Okay, so there's a couple of ways to go about doing this. So to find the number of students who remain in school, you're going to take the total number minus away those of them who went for the National Day rehearsal, isn't it? Yes, okay, so you have 1,822. Thank you very much, 1,822. That would be the correct answer. So there are 1,822 students who remain in school. Given that 789 of them were boys, you want to find the number of girls who remained in school. Okay, so what do you need to do? Yes, you need to do subtraction. So 1,822 minus 789. And then you guys will get 1,033. Excellent job. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Like I said, at the end, if you manage to get 1,033, your step should be correct. Some of you will add them together. You add 678 plus 789, and then you take 2,500 minus it. That's fine as well, okay? That's fine. That's an alternative method. So let's try our bubble question number 4, since all of you have no question. All right, let's try bubble question number 4. There were 4,000 people in a stadium. 3,000 of them were adults. The rest were children. Given that 420 of the children were boys, how many girls were there? 1 minute, 30 seconds. Your time starts now. This one should be slightly easier. And time is up. All right, so Kaylin says the first thing that we need to do is to find how many children. We know that there's a total of 4,000 people. 3,000 of them were adults. So we want to find the number of children. Is it easy? Number of children. You're going to take the total number of adults, not total number of adults, total number of people, which is 4,000, minus 3,000, because 3,000 of them are adults, correct? Means how many children are there? Why is 4,000 minus 3,000? All of you can get this correct. Why is 4,000 minus 3,000? 1,000. Yes, 1,000. So of these 1,000 children, 420 of them are boys. So you want to find the number of girls. What do we need to do? Yes, you need to take 1,000 minus away the number of boys. Then you will get 580. Okay, 580. So the answer would be option number 1. For those of you who gave me option number 2, you need to do your regrouping or your renaming correctly, okay? All right, so I believe if you gave me option number 2, that would be a careless mistake. Those of you who gave me option number 3, you're missing one more step. All right, one more step. Okay, are you ready for bubble question number 5? No, sorry, not bubble question number 5. Yeah, question 5 first, then bubble question number 5. Let me go through with you. My mistake. Let me go through with you question number 5 first, okay? Before I give you your bubble question. We still have more than enough time. Don't worry, we will get there. Okay, let's take a look at question number 5. Question number 5, we have Uncle Tan. Okay, Uncle Tan sold 498 reams of printing paper in January and 635 reams of printing paper in February. Given that he sold a total of 2,100 reams of printing paper from January to March, how many reams of printing paper did he sell in March? Reams just means a stack of printing paper. We need to do the addition, right? We need to add the number of reams of printing paper he sold in January and February. Okay, so I'm gonna write number of reams sold in, let me do the short form, okay? Jan and Feb. Okay, so we got to add them together. So in January, he sold 498. In February, he sold 635. So if we add them together, what do you guys get? 1,000. Can you do your addition? 1,100. 1,133. 1133. This is the number of rings he sold in Jan and Feb. From Jan all the way to March, he sold a total of 2,100. So to find the number of rings sold in March, you just need to take the total number minus what he sold in Jan and Feb. So can you give me the final answer? 967. Excellent job, 967. Okay, so 2,100 minus 1,133, you will get 9,067. 9,967. Okay, well done to those of you who key in the correct answer. For those of you who give me 867, careless mistake, make sure you do your regrouping correctly. For those of you who give me 900 and I think 87 or something like that, please make sure you do your regrouping correctly, okay? Well done, guys. All right, so now, are you ready for bubble question number 5? Giselle folded a total of 3,018 paper cranes in 3 weeks. Given that she folded 708 paper cranes in the first week and 1,265 paper cranes in the second week, how many paper cranes did she fold in the third week? Sounds a little bit complicated, but it's very, very, very similar to the previous question. Okay, so can I give you guys 1 minute 30 seconds to do this? Okay, so now in a total of 3 weeks, she folded 3,018 paper cranes. In week 1, 708. In week 2, 1,265. So we want to find the number of paper cranes folded in first and second week. Okay, so we need to add the first week and the second week together first. So we have first week is 708, second week is 1,265. When we add that, some of you already give me the answer. Can anybody please type in the answer for me? What is 708 plus 1,265? Yes, thank you very much. We have 1,973. Okay. All right, so this is only the first and the second week, right? The question is asking for the third week. So in order for you to find the number of paper cranes folded in the third week, what do you guys need to do? Minus. Yes, you're going to take the total number, which is 3,018 minus 1,973. And your final answer will be... Thank you, Athena. 1,045. Okay, so the answer would be option number 2. Thank you, Natalie. Okay, option number 2. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Everybody can follow? My voice going higher and higher already. Okay, let's move on to question number 6 before we go on to our bubble question and then our challenge question. Okay, question number 6. Let's take a look. We have Audrey. Audrey had 1,082 roses, 246 of them were red, the rest were pink. Kelly gave Audrey another 429 pink roses. How many pink roses did Audrey have now? All right, so let's take a look over here. The first thing that we need to do, can you tell me what do we need to do? Niranjana says to minus when we do our subtraction. Elton says minus. What are we finding when we do our subtraction? The first thing we need to do is to find how many pink roses are there, right? Altogether, she had 1,082 roses, 246 of them were red. So we want to find the number of pink roses. In order for you to find the number of pink roses, you take 1,082 minus 246. What do you guys get? 836. Thank you very much, Elderson. 836. These are the number of pink roses that she has initially, right? But the question is asking you how many pink roses does Audrey have? Now, this is after Kelly gave her 429, right? So you want to find the number of pink roses now after Kelly gave her. What do you need to do? We need to do addition. Thank you very much, Mankoi. We need to do addition. So you're going to take how much you have at first plus the number that Kelly gave. What would your final answer be? 1,265. Excellent job. Yes, this would be a two-step word problem. So are you ready for your bubble question number 6? Two-step word problem. Yes. All right, so let's take a look, okay? There were 2,400 markers in a box. 1,850 of them were blue, the rest were red. Miss Lee bought another 600 red markers. How many red markers were there now? Okay, 1 minute, 30 seconds. Can I launch? Or do you guys still need a little bit of time? Can I launch? Okay, so majority of you got the correct answer. So excellent job, guys. Well done. So please, please, please help me. What's the first step that we need to do? You have 2,400 markers in a box. 1,850 of them were blue. The rest were red. So we want to find the number of red markers at first, okay? Let me put at first. Okay, so how do you find the number of red markers at first? Minus 10 plus. Excellent job. So we're going to take 2,400 minus away 1,850, which are blue markers. What do you guys get? What is 2,400 minus 1,850? 550. Yes, so this is the number of red markers she had at first. The number of red markers now, right? She went to buy 600 more. She went to buy 600 more. So how many red markers does she have now? Got to do our addition. Thank you very much, Niranjana. Yes, you're going to take 550 plus 600. Okay, so that will give me 1,150. Thank you very much, Elderson. Yes, okay, so the answer would be option number 3. Good job, guys. Good job, good job, good job. Any questions so far? Can everybody follow? Not too difficult, yeah, I believe. Two-step word problem. Okay, so are you ready for your challenge question? Yes. All right, so let's take a look over here. Let's read the question together, okay? I am thinking of a number. If I add 897 to the number and subtract 327 from the result, the answer is 860. What number am I thinking of? Can you guys do this? Do you need some help? I am thinking of a number, okay? So let's start with a number. But I do not know what number is it, okay? If I add 897 to this number, so I'm going to plus 897 to this number, I will get another number, correct? After I add 897, I will get another number. Then I'm going to subtract 327. So I'm going to subtract 327 from it. The answer would be 860. So now I need you to help me to find what is this number. 2 minutes. Starting now. Let's go. So we're going to start from here. We want to find this number. Something minus 327 will give me 860. So in order for me to find this number, I need to plus 327, right? So we have already gone through our addition and subtraction. Okay, so the first step that you need to do is take 860 plus 327. Can anybody give me the answer? What is 860 plus 327? 1187. Yes, okay. So this number here is 1187. So something plus 890 must give me 1187. So in order for me to find this missing number over here, I need to work backwards, correct? So 1 plus 897 is equals to 1187. So we need to do our subtraction. Okay, so this is what we call working backwards. Okay, so now we're gonna take 1187 minus 897. So take 1187 minus 897. What did you guys get? Thank you very much. We have 290. Excellent job. Okay, so the answer would be option number 1. All right, option number 1. Okay, can everybody follow already? Everybody can understand? Yes? Okay, all right. I do have one more challenge question, but I do not have enough time to go through with you. For those of you who want to take a look at the challenge question, you can stay back after class, okay? But I shall end here for today. So today we have gone through our addition and subtraction word problems part 1. Next week we're going to go through part 2, okay?